Then, when the Lord found out that the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, although Jesus himself did not baptize but his disciples, he left Judea and went into Galilee. He didn't want any controversy with John. It wasn't time for that. Now, he had to pass through Samaria. So, he came to a city of Samaria called Sychar, close to the field which Jacob gave to Joseph his son, and Jacob's well was there. And Jesus, wearied from the journey, sat down on the well. It was about the 6th hour, it's lunchtime. A woman of Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." For his disciples had gone into the city grocery shopping. So then the Samaritan woman said to him, "How is it that you, being a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a Samaritan woman?" For Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. They consider them unclean. Jesus answered and said to her, "If you knew the gift of God." No. If you knew the gift of God and who it is who is saying to you, "Give me a drink," you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. And the woman stared at him and looked around the well and said to him, "Sir, you don't even have a bucket. And the well's deep. Where then do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well and drank of it himself and his sons and cattle?" You Jews. I think you're really something. Jesus answered and said to her, "Everybody who drinks this water will get thirsty again. But if anyone drinks the water that I'll give him, he'll never thirst again. No, the water that I'll give him will become within him a fountain of water springing up into eternal life." And the woman said, "Sir, give me this water so that I don't get thirsty or come to this place to draw." Forget about drawing. Lugging that water all the way back to the city. Jesus said to her, "Tell you what, you go call your husband and come back here." The woman answered and said, "I don't have a husband." And Jesus said to her, "You have well said, I don't have a husband. For you've had 5 husbands, and the one you have now isn't your husband. You said that right."
So we struggled with that a little bit.
Yeah, we did. The woman, well, you got that right, you said that right, something. The woman said to him, "Sir, I see that you are a prophet. Will you tell me this?" Immediate. I mean, the minute she realizes he's a man of God, a Jew, that's a man of God, she wants to get into a doctrinal quarrel with him that's between the Jews and the Samaritans. You see, the Samaritans are the leftovers from when the Assyrian Empire took over Israel and hauled in all these foreigners into the central part of the country, northern tribes. And they were taught against the idea that Jerusalem was the place to worship. Jeroboam's sin was taught to them that you can worship God, you know, God's everywhere. You don't have to go down to Jerusalem. That was the doctrine in Israel before God destroyed it. But down in Judea, they were faithful. And they said, no, Jerusalem is the place God chose. And now that's been carried on for centuries. She's a descendant of those foreigners that were brought into the northern part of the kingdom and taught to worship Jehovah anywhere you wanted to, especially in holy places like she's going to point out to Jesus. So she said, I see you're a prophet. Yeah. Well, our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, she calls them our fathers. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, but you guys say that in Jerusalem is the place where people have to worship. Huh, got you there, didn't I? What you going to say about that, Jude? Jesus yawned and said to her, woman, believe me, an hour is coming when you'll worship the Father neither in this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans don't know what you're worshiping. We know what we worship, for salvation is from the Jews. But an hour is coming, and is here already, when true worshipers will worship the Father spiritually and truly. For the Father is searching for such people to worship Him. God is a spirit. Now this is after she stared at him a minute. God is a spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and in truth. The woman said to him, I know that Messiah is coming, who is called Christ. When He comes, He'll tell us everything. Jesus said to her, I, the one talking with you, am the Messiah.